Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today for another video. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Melissa and I am an intuitive tarot card reader. And for today's video, rather than doing a reading, I thought it could be really fun to do a spiritual show and tell with you guys. So what I wanted to share with you today are a few different items or tools that are some of my favorite things, which really help me feel more connected to my higher self. And a lot of these items I'm going to be sharing with you today are things that I found help me with my physical health as well as my mental health, or maybe just items that genuinely help me feel a bit more relaxed. So we're going to get into a few things today. If this sounds like something that you'd be interested in learning about, then please keep watching. My first favorite that I'm going to be sharing with you is actually a tarot deck. And for those of you who've been following me for a little while, especially on Instagram, you know that I am a little bit too obsessed with buying tarot decks. I am just always so drawn to different types of artwork, and I feel like they really tend to help me connect with my intuition if I can see the cards with different imagery and different art. I love collecting decks. But the one that I wanted to share with you guys today is a deck that I got just on the spur of the moment a few months ago. And it's just a deck that I feel really, really connected with. I just feel like a really positive energy with it, if that makes sense. For those of you guys who are readers, you probably understand what I'm talking about. So this is called the Forest of Enchantment Tarot. I know that light is really bright, so sorry, I'm trying to hold it back so you can see. So this is a really cute deck, and it was a deck that's really not necessarily been like on my Amazon wish list or anything like that. I discovered this deck when I was just kind of going on a spur of the moment, quick little shopping trip to this metaphysical crystal shop that's in my town that I live in. And I was kind of drawn to the deck, but I wasn't really like feeling a strong urge to buy it in the moment necessarily, but I knew I just kind of wanted to buy a deck that day, I guess. So I ended up buying it, and I was like pleasantly surprised when I got it home just with like how easy it was for me to connect with it and how easy it is to read. So you can see here, for those of you who are not familiar with this deck, it is kind of like an animal inspired theme, but it also kind of reminds me of like almost like a Lord of the Rings type of energy where there's like different like witches and there's different like fantasy like characters, if that makes sense. So it comes with like a gigantic guidebook. I'm not really gonna go super in depth with everything with this today because maybe I'll do a deck review on this later on. But just a few highlights. This is what the back of the deck looks like. And then, you know, just a few cards. This is the Fool, so you can kind of see that animal inspiration there. You have, this is the Hierophant, which is like this little talking tree. Kind of reminds me of the tree in the Disney movie of Pocahontas, which is kind of cute. You know, you've got the lovers. So there are people actually depicted in this deck as well, but I think one of the reasons that I just really connect with this deck is because just the way the artwork is, like, they do a really good job in this deck of making it so you can really read the emotions on the characters' faces. You can really pick up on their body language really, really well. Even in the animals that are depicted here, like this is the Judgment card. You know, so I just personally have found it really, really easy to pick up on messages using this deck. And I'm really glad that I ended up buying it. Just like total impulse buy. Wasn't even really like sure that I wanted to get it in the moment, but it's worked out really well for me. And you guys will probably notice me using this a lot on YouTube, and I've used it a ton on my Instagram as well. So the next one of my favorites that I wanted to share with you guys is actually my favorite crystal right now. So I am definitely an avid collector of crystals, and by no means do I consider myself an expert on crystal healing or anything like that. I'm still learning about it myself, and I'm really kind of learning about it through experience. So my favorite crystal right now that I wanted to share with you guys is selenite. So I freaking love this crystal. First of all, I always find myself super, super drawn to it. I don't know if it's just like the color, the way it just looks so reflective in the light. I just think it's such a beautiful stone. But the reason why this is one of my favorite crystals is because I discovered just through trying something out on a whim that this crystal really helps me to manage headaches when I get headaches. So I don't really struggle with headaches a ton, but if I'm like feeling really stressed out, or if I'm not like eating well, or you know, I have other things going on that are just causing me to have symptoms of a headache, right? Maybe it's that time of the month, things like that. This crystal actually has helped me to get rid of my symptoms in like 20 minutes. So the way I like to use these is if I feel the symptoms of a headache starting to come on, or if it's bothering me really, really bad, I'll kind of like put myself in a quiet space in my apartment. I'll lie down and get myself feeling really comfortable. And then I will literally just place the selenite wherever it is on my head that is hurting. Sometimes if I lie down on a pillow, I'll take like this one right here, because this is like a palm stone, and I'll place it like right behind the nape of my neck. So I'm kind of like resting my head on the pillow, and then the selenite is underneath. But I kid you guys not, every single time that I'm struggling with a headache and I use selenite on my head, it literally gets rid of the headache in like 20 minutes or less. So if you guys ever struggle with headaches, I would definitely like highly, highly recommend that you get a piece of selenite. Typically this crystal is pretty like inexpensive, I would say, and you can get it in all different sizes. I don't exactly remember the prices of these that I bought because I've had them for so long, but one of my favorite crystal shops, I think, actually threw this one here, as like a free gift with purchase. So if you guys are curious to check that particular crystal shop out, I'll definitely link it down below, as well as all the other items that I'm sharing with you in today's video. So definitely love me some selenite for sure. So the next one of my favorites that I want to share with you guys is a specific type of candle. It's this brand of candles that I've actually been really enjoying. So for me personally, I love candles. You guys might be able to see if I turn the camera a little bit. I have a little candle burning in the background here. This one's actually from Bath & Body Works. Also one of my favorite places to shop for candles. The one I'm going to show you though today is almost like a little fancier, and I really like this brand of candles if you're doing some sort of like candle manifestation. So candle manifestation is something that I have just kind of recently been learning about and getting myself into. I can definitely link a video down below from my friend Erica, who does a really great job explaining how to do a candle manifestation. Today I'm just going to more so focus on showing you the candle, but if you're curious to learn more about that, I'll link her video below here. So this is the candle. This one, you can see it's like been in the process of burning, so it looks a little like lopsided and funky right now. I think when I bought it, it was about this tall. So it's a pretty hefty size, I would say. This brand of candles is called the Crystal Journey candles, and this was like the outer wrapping that it came on. So this kind of gives you guys perspective of how tall this candle was when I purchased it. It's pretty huge. I really like these candles for candle manifestation because I feel like they really simplify it for you in terms of like what the candle is actually for. So for me, a lot of times when I'm doing a candle manifestation, I'm like focusing on calling something into my life, or focusing on maybe releasing something out of my energy field, whatever the case is. But this brand, they create candles that are based off of the chakras. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see that because I know that this light is super bright. But this particular candle that I'm showing you here today is green, and it's representation of the heart chakra, which is really cool. So what I love about these candles, they do have a scent. So they have like a really nice scent to them. And it tells you on the label here, like exactly what this candle is scented like. So in this one, there's rose and geranium essential oils added into it. So these are all essential oils that are meant to help with balancing out your heart chakra. But it gives you like a lot of different information in the back here just about this particular chakra. So if you are using these candles to help call something into your life, like I was saying, or manifest something, I feel like you also get a lot of detail and like other supplemental items that you can use to aid in your manifestation with this candle. So it has a lot of detail in the back here. So it talks about like the heart chakra, talks about like the scents, like I mentioned, the color associated with the heart chakra, which we know is green and also sometimes pink. It also lists different like gemstones that you could use to aid in balancing out the chakra. So not only do I love the candle and the size of it and the smell of it and just like the look of it, but I love that this brand kind of provides you with a lot of education on that particular chakra that you're buying that candle to be in alignment with, if that makes sense. So I will definitely link this brand for you guys down below. I've never purchased from them online. I've only ever purchased these candles in a local store in the town that I live in that sells like metaphysical items and crystals and tarot decks and things like that. But I'll definitely link it down below if you guys are curious to check this brand out. I love these candles. They last a really long time. They smell really amazing. So even if you're not using them for candle manifestation, they just smell really nice. They'll make your house smell amazing. And they look really pretty too. I just personally love the look of like, this looks like an old school candle like you would see in the olden days, like burning on this dish. So I personally really like that, and I would definitely recommend it for sure. So the next item that I wanted to share with you guys that I love, and this is something that I've been using for a really long time. This is my essential oil diffuser. And I also have like a giant set of essential oils here as well. So I'm pretty sure that both of these I got from Amazon. I'm probably not gonna link these down below because you guys can find a ton of these on Amazon. They have them in all different shapes, sizes, price points, things like that. But I'm pretty sure that's where I got this from. So what I love about this essential oil diffuser, this was something that really has helped me to not only manage my anxiety, stress, things like that, but it's also something that really helps me to sleep at night. So a few years ago, one of my really good friends was telling me that she used one of these essential oil diffusers and it really helped her to sleep better at night. And at that point in my life, I was also really struggling with insomnia and just like not being able to settle myself down at night. And so I thought it would be a really good time to maybe invest in trying something new, maybe try some aromatherapy to see if I could get some better sleep. So I've definitely found that this makes a huge improvement in my ability to get well rested at night. So for those of you who aren't familiar, the way that these work is that this just opens up here, you add water inside, and then you add a couple of drops of your essential oil to the water. Push the buttons on the top here, and then it'll diffuse the oil throughout your room or the area that you're burning it in, or diffusing it in. So it kind of just depends on like what it is that you're trying to do with the essential oils, what mood you're trying to evoke. Some of my favorite oils that I like to use in this are like eucalyptus, lavender. Those oils really help me personally to like relax at night and just kind of like decompress, fall asleep. There's different essential oils, and if you do research into them, you guys, like there's so many oils for so many different things. For me, I don't necessarily like specifically pay attention to what the oil is supposed to do. I just kind of go with whatever scent I feel is going to be the most like relaxing to me. Lately, I've actually been doing a lot of more citrusy oils in my diffuser at night. So specifically, I've been using sweet orange combined with lemongrass. I just really find that scent to be very uplifting. It makes me feel really happy. I know for a lot of people, they might use that to add more energy into their day, but for me, it helps me sleep. I can't explain it. It's just what works for me. But I would definitely recommend this if you guys ever like have challenges with like sleeping at night, or if you just need to like have some aromatherapy in your life, maybe to help you relax, calm down, whatever your situation is. This is a really good investment for sure. So my final favorite that I wanted to share with you guys today, you can probably see I have a bouquet of flowers back here on my other nightstand. So when it comes to favorites that are in my life right now, one thing that I've been really enjoying over the course of the past maybe like month to 2 months are fresh bouquet of flowers. Now this bouquet is not fresh. She's on her last legs. You can probably see like she's about to die, which is really sad. She served her purpose, right? But I've just noticed that whenever I have like plants or flowers in my apartment, I feel like it really helps to clear my energy, really helps to freshen and lighten up the vibration in my apartment. So I've been really enjoying just having them around. Now, when it comes to the color that I choose, it all kind of depends on like the mood that I'm in when I'm in the store buying them. So for example, there have been times in the past where I've purchased like a specific color for a specific reason. So like with these were yellow. So maybe I might go into the grocery store and look at the flower selection they have and I'm like, you know what? I need a boost in my solar plexus chakra today or this week, so let me get yellow flowers. Other times, I just kind of buy whatever color I'm feeling the most intuitively drawn to. So that was actually the case with these back here. I wasn't like specifically looking for yellow flowers for any particular reason, but I was very much drawn to that color. So I don't know if I was just needing like I think it was actually, when I reflect on my week last week when I bought these, it was like a really, like it was a stressful week at work. Not stressful, but just I had a lot going on where I really needed that boost of energy. I had to really, on a couple of days, muster up my inner strength and willpower to keep going because I wasn't feeling well a couple of days last week. So I think that was probably why I was drawn to that yellow, you know, because that's associated with your solar plexus and like really pushing forward and getting things done and, you know, showing up, right? So again, I love having flowers in my apartment. Definitely one of my favorite things right now because I feel like it just really helps to like brighten up the energy, and it also helps me to like, you know, maybe even balance out certain chakras that I might need some assistance with that week as well. All right, you guys, well, those were all of my favorites that I had to share with you for right now. I feel like I could make this video go on for hours and hours because I have a lot more favorites to share. But I thought this would be a good way to sort of like introduce you to a little bit more about myself and a little bit more of like my day-to-day and my things that I really enjoy. So I'm super curious. I would love to hear from you guys. What are some of your current favorites? Do you guys have anything that you like to do to connect more with your higher self? Do you have a favorite crystal right now? Do you have like a favorite essential oil that you want to share? I'm super curious. Leave me a comment down below and let me know. Would also love to hear your feedback on this video. Please let me know if you want to see more videos like this of me talking about, you know, different things other than just doing like tarot readings. It has been suggested to me that I maybe show like my beauty routine and things like that. So I'm super open to doing that. Just curious to know what you guys would want. So leave me a comment down below, let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!